Hi everyone! Happy Thursday, happy Friday Eve. I think from now on that's how I refer to Thursday, Friday Eve. Makes me more excited for the weekend somehow. But hi everyone, how we doing? Hi Zoya, hi Spike, hi Hobbit. Hobbit with the 30 stream streak, let's go. I saw Spike with 15 as well, slay. Hi Alice, hi Zoya, hi Ellie, welcome in. Hi Adele. How we doing? I hope you're all having a good week so far. We're on the home stretch to Christmas, guys. And that feels good. Hi, Ellen. Welcome in. How we doing? It's Christmas in a week. 7 days. 7 freaking days and it's Christmas. I missed you guys too. I know I've only been gone for like 2 days, but it feels like I haven't streamed in like 2 weeks. I feel like because my workload has slowed down now, my work days feel longer. Also, Zoya with the 20 stream streak as well. Let's go. Also, Zoya, I hope you enjoyed the rest of your birthday. I hope you had a lovely, lovely day. But yeah, now that my workload has slowed down, my days feel like they drag much more. And so now it feels like it's been too long. Hi Liv, welcome in. How we doing? Grade 9s in both your geography papers. Let's go. I assume grade 9 is good. I fear the grading system has changed since I've been there. I'm old. It's an A, slay. Congratulations, Zoya. Also, hi, David. Welcome in. How we doing? Cal's stream is so cute. Guys, Cal is just really cute. I will always talk the world of, like, good about... Sorry, I just realized it's really off-center, and Cal would be the one to tell me to fix this. Like, Cal is so ride or die for her friends, and is just the sweetest human being in the world. Like, best believe if I'm having a bad day, one of the first people to message me will be Cal. Without fail. Without fail. So yeah, I will never stop sending love Cal's way. Hi Haroon, welcome in. How we doing? I love my gal so much. Me too. We love women. Guys, me, Liv and Anne played Valorant last night. I'm bronze 3 again. Don't want to talk about it. Don't want to fucking talk about it. We did have a really good last game, though. Gained 30 RR in the last game. I'll come back. I'll come back from this. I'm too sexy to be in bronze. Hi, Loey. Welcome in. How are we doing? Also, guys, I've been carrying on my watch of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Guys... Every episode I change my mind on who I like because I get whiplash. I get whiplash from these girlies. Because why are they all talking shit about each other all the time? Hi Dulcie, welcome in. How we doing? Like, I heard the most diabolical sentence before I went live. And what did she say? If you're trying to swing with me and my husband, we're not interested. Ooh, messy girls. Started a rewatch of Stranger Things with Terry. We just just started season 2 today. Slay. I do think, guys, because I've obviously rewatched it in the last month. Season 1 is still my favorite. I think seasons 1 and 2 were when the show was really, really good. I would say season 1 was my favourite, but Max is my favourite character and she's not in season 1. The newest season, I'm not going to talk about anything spoilery, because obviously I'm aware that it's not been out for very long and I don't want to ruin anything. But like, I'm so sorry the acting sucks, unfortunately. Like, I think... Obviously, long time periods have happened between seasons. I don't know if, like, some of them just didn't act much in between, or like they just didn't keep up with like acting classes as they got older, because obviously most of them were children when they started in Stranger Things, and some of it is a hard watch, and it's a shame because I really like the kind of lore behind Stranger Things, and I've been watching a lot of like Stranger Things theory videos and stuff like that, and I've not been this like invested in a show's lore in a really long time. It's just a shame the acting is bad. Hi Benjamin, welcome in. How we doing? Not all of them. I think Max is still really convincing. The adults, I think, are obviously really good still. I don't think any of the adults are giving me the ick. But like most of the cast that were children that are now adults, it's bad. But I have never felt like so like emotional at a scene as when like Sadie, well Max, is like running from Vecna and trying to get back. Like she's been lifted up into the air, she's trying to like run back. Like that scene, I remember the chokehold that had on me when I first watched it, and it was just as impactful the second time. I think she's incredible. Do you know who I think is also incredible? Nell Fisher, the one who's playing Holly Wheeler. She's super good. Millie Bobby Brown has a kid now, and that's just insane, literally. I think obviously they've left a really long time between seasons. Like, wasn't it like a year and a half, 2 years between each one? Hi Kim, welcome in. Are you going to watch? Wait, Stranger Things seasons release dates. So the first and second season were a year apart. Then it was 2 years. Then it was 3 years. And then it was another 3 years. It's too long, guys. For a show that has like a predominantly child cast, like cast of children, it's too long. What was the reason for the big gaps? Like, I know obviously COVID would have been one of the big gaps, but what was the big gap between season 4 and 5? Was it just scheduling conflicts? Oh, it was because of strikes. Okay, I didn't know that. That's fair enough. It couldn't be helped. Makes sense. But I do think it has, unfortunately, had an impact. Because, like, the kids who were the primary cast are now, like, in their 20s. And there's, like, big time jumps in the story that don't always make sense. It's unfortunate, I think. But yeah, COVID, there's not a lot you can do about that. Strikes, not a lot you can do about that, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm struggling with it at the moment. Again, really like the lore. And I think there are some, like, of the actors that I'm really enjoying watching still. But on the whole, it's just feeling a little bit cringe. And I mean, this is like well, it's not really a spoiler. If I hear one more dick joke in Stranger Things season 5 part 2, I'm turning off. I don't want to hear dick jokes, guys. I just don't. Hi Cal, welcome in. How are we doing? I find it weird to put that in a show like this. And it was too much. Sorry for sending you dick jokes. Guys, Cal is trying to race me right now with reading. She texted me being like, what percent are you on? I'm going to try and catch you. And I was like, what the fuck do you mean? Stop trying to race me. Because I'll lose. Hi, Amy. Welcome in. How are we doing? Cal, I've literally, if you rewind about 5 minutes in this VOD, I literally talk about how I will never stop singing your praises. Ma'am. There we go. There's a clip. I don't know. I just felt like it. Have you watched me crying yet, Cal, at your message? Finished for Christmas today. Let's go. Oh, I'm so jealous. Guys, I'm so jealous of any of you that have finished work at, like, or college or uni or whatever, because I want to finish. I've had enough. And I don't, my last day of work is the 23rd. 23rd. Hi, Amy. Welcome in. How are we doing? Why do I think today was Friday? I wish it was Friday. I'm working tomorrow and Monday. Yeah, me too. And then Tuesday as well. Last day is the 20th. Slay. So Saturday. I'm gonna cry. I'm crying. Don't, because guys, it's my time of the month. I'm emotional. I'll probably start crying as well. God help me doing this Minecraft tutorial today. One block wrong and I'm going to be sobbing. Working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I can't believe you're having to work Christmas Eve, Spike. Are you at least able to, like, work from home? If that's not too, like, invasive to ask. Hopefully you can at least be home for it. I'm back in on Boxing Day. I technically have to work from the following Monday, but I'm going to work from home for a few days. Working until Tuesday. It's rough out here. Hi, Connor. Welcome in. I'm only off the 24th and 25th, to be fair. Yeah, it's sad. I feel like I don't really feel festive because I work right up until the moment. Forgot how it works to think I was going to ask to be lead moderator. Guys, Fosserbot, by the way, is releasing some horrible, horrible updates. Is it Fosserbot or is it... I think it's Fosserbot. Fosserbot is trying to, like... It's you can turn it off, don't worry. We will not be having it here. Let me find it, because it got auto put into my Discord. Or maybe it was Sam's Discord. Yeah, Fosserbot updates. An early Christmas present. We know moderators in chat work tirelessly every day to keep your community safe. Fosserbot now offers the ability for you to delegate this responsibility to your viewers, allowing them to self-regulate and vote who to kick out using the !vote kick command. Feature is available in the modules menu and needs to be activated using the default command in your dashboard. I apologise in advance for any chaos that ensues. Like, absolutely fucking not. That is just like asking for bullying to run rife in your chat. No. No to !vote kick, Fosserbot. I'm sorry. It is literally encouraging bullying. And it will not be coming here. Like, it's all well and good if it was like, you know, I don't know, Loey votes to kick Ruby or something as a joke one time, whatever. Because they're friends. But, like, this would be abused and, like, manipulated in so many situations. And it would just... People would end up feeling shit. And that is actually the opposite.
Loser, we're going shopping.
Hi, Teresa. Hi, Bibby. Welcome in as well. And hi, Carcarate. Welcome in. Thank you for the 5 stream streak. It's... That update is literally the opposite of every fucking thing that this channel stands for. And against every single thing that I want to put out into this community. Take it away, Fosserbot. Genuinely, if they'd sent that in April, I would have assumed April Fool's joke. The fact that that is like a legitimate update is insane. So Amy, the way it would work is it would be like vote vote kick. And then I guess it would be like put 1 in chat for yes or 2 in chat for no or something. It's not turned on, so it won't be happening here. But yeah, it basically people can make votes, like polls essentially, to time people out in chat. I know exactly what I want to do with that. Delete it. No, it's not live now. I never turned it on. Alias vote kick vanished. Time out the people who try and vote kick. Hilarious. Or just alias it as the what's that fucking cheap viewers nonsense we always get? And then they just get auto-modded and they can't talk either. Yeah, safe to say, guys, I won't be adding that to this channel because I don't endorse bullying in my chat. Oh yeah, sorry, my thing probably was still Minecraft. I don't think I changed it. Liv, you act like you're a bully, but you're actually not. Like when I'm like, I'm sorry for not streaming because of work and stuff, you're like, don't you dare apologize. Hi Sarah, hi Gardener Gibbs, welcome in, how we doing? Imagine just being botted and your whole community is kicked. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Hi Ashley, welcome in, how we doing? Hi Lucy. Everyone at work was so mean to me today. Liv, I feel like you've been having a week. And I'm sorry about that. Maybe a month, but like definitely a week. For sure. Guys, can we get Liv love? Pretty please. Also, just loved, I don't know obviously what a lot of you guys do for work. Love to anyone who works in a customer facing role during this period of time. Like festive season is always the worst. So if you work in retail or you work in hospitality or anything that's customer facing, I'm sorry for the shit that you have inevitably endured. As someone who works in events, can confidently say it is hell on earth during December. So sorry that, you know, things are so shit in the festive season, and sorry that people lose all sense of composure and decorum and actually just fucking forget how to be a normal human being during the month of December. It is ridiculous. Hi Druja, welcome in, how we doing? When I worked in hospitality, December was the worst, yeah, by far. I did get paid to watch Elf today, it's not all bad. At least there's some positives. Why are humans so awful around this time? I think because, like, everyone is busy and everyone's stressed, and then they go out to restaurants or to, like, shops and just take it out on the people working there. And, like, I speak about this quite often on my channel about how much this pisses me off. Stop taking your fucking rage out on people that, one, are probably not even the root cause of your anger. Like, you're probably pissed off about, like, the price on a menu or a restaurant being busy and your food taking a long time. Is that your server's fault? No. Stop fucking yelling at people who don't get paid enough to listen to your bullshit. Hi Abby, welcome in. How we doing? No, Cal, I haven't, because I can't say things about that without, like, doxing my work. But basically, guys, I got hard rage baited by someone yesterday because they said something to me and they said I'd done something, which I just blatantly hadn't. And, like, I had proof and everything. And I was like, I'm actually being rage baited at this point. Because this isn't a real conversation that I'm having. Like, trying to open my eyes because I'm like, I must be dreaming. I mean, that is exactly what's going on from people. People just lose all sense of fucking composure. Like, have a little bit of patience. I always say you should be extra kind to your servers, to your like retail staff during December, because there will be, just to counteract the fucking dickheads that think it's okay to use people as their punching bags. You just got the biggest kiss from me for saying that. It pisses me off, guys. It's one of my biggest pet peeves is when people are fucking rude to people who do not get paid enough to like deal with the shit. Like, do you know the other situation that pissed me off, guys? The Starbucks bears. I don't know if we had the conversation of the Starbucks bears on this Twitch channel, but good fucking God, when the whole of America and like all of the American mums decided they would like, you know, fucking bash down the glass doors of the Starbucks and like hurl abuse at the Starbucks workers, they were so angry about not getting a little glass bear cup. By the way, which was like available on Amazon to order just without the little Starbucks logo. Right. But anyway, I digress. Those people should not have been angry. They shouldn't have been angry over a cup anyway, just putting that out there. But they should not have been angry at the minimum wage workers who had to open the shop with 2 of these fucking bears and 50 people waiting outside. Redirect your anger to the big fucking corporation. Go be angry at Starbucks CEO. Go be angry at the big boys. Don't be angry at the minimum wage barista who's just trying to do their job. It's a fucking cup. Get a life. Alex, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. Guys, sorry, I'm ranting about people being rude to people who work in hospitality and retail during the month of December, and I've got on a rant about the Starbucks bear cups in America. So sorry if you came into me crashing out. That is why. But Alex, thank you so much for the raid. How was your streamathon? I hope it went well. Sorry, I've literally not been around for like the whole time. I fear work and Jingle Jam have been super, super busy, but I hope it went really, really well. And go have some much deserved rest. You need an early night. You need like a takeaway, an early night, and maybe a little glass of wine or something. I work in hospitality. I fear I love and hate Christmas months. It's the dickheads that ruin it for everyone, though. 10 days of so much fun. I've prepared for my 10 a.m. flight. You're a little bit insane, actually. You might be insane. That's in 14 hours. Yeah. That's in 14 hours. Get out of chat, go pack. You got early night to have. Go on. Off you go. Those of you from my chat who aren't following Alex, please do make sure you drop him a follow. I would really appreciate it. I've been going to the airport now. Me. Literally me. I'm the kind of person who gets to the airport like 4 hours early, guys. Oh, guys, there's an alien. There's an alias which times you out if you try and do the vote kick update. Haroon with the gifted sub to Ashley. Let's go. Thank you so much. But yeah, guys, back to my crash out. Those people that got angry at minimum wage baristas who are just doing their job, they probably didn't want to work on the fucking launch of these cups. They knew what was going to happen. The people that went in and fucking went crazy at these workers and like verbally abused these workers. Like I saw videos of these like fuckers going into these shops and hurling abuse at these people. And I was like, you need help. Like you need like professional help because that is not normal behavior. You need to like completely reevaluate what the meaning of life is, because at that point, if you are demoralizing another human being over a cup, brother, I saw it and I crashed out. I really crashed out. Stories like this is how I know I don't love anything much. If I saw a queue of 50 people, I'm going home. Guys, sorry, didn't mention, by the way, these people These people, they got up at like 2 a.m. to queue outside their local Starbucks for these cups. 2 a.m. You would not catch me. You would... Guys, I queued for a Pop Mart once, right? And there was about 5 people in front of me in the queue. If I was in that queue longer than 10 minutes, I'm going home. I'm going home. You think I'm going to set an alarm? You think I'm going to, you know, go to sleep, put my head on my pillow with an alarm set for 2 a.m. to go stand outside a Starbucks to get a cup? God, get a fucking grip. Hi, Isla. Welcome in. How are we doing? Do you know what, actually? No, do you know what? Don't care. If you want to go queue outside for a cup, you do that. But don't you fucking dare give abuse to minimum wage workers. Don't give abuse to anyone, but especially not minimum wage workers. That's my main beef here. Finnish people are also crazy. You know, when we went and waited in live at... Wait, hang on. Finnish people are also crazy. You know, we went and waited in live hours to get free bucket. A bucket? Like a water bucket. Druja, I'm going to need some context here. Why are you guys queuing for buckets? I need to know some things here. There has to be context to this, because why are you queuing for a bucket? I'm getting made to send my food back at the restaurant. But even that, right? Okay, I worked as a waitress for... I had my first job when I was 15. I worked as a waitress until I was like 20. So 5 years I worked as a waitress, right? Or waitress, bartender, whatever. Both. Druja! A room with the gift is up to Druja. Let's go. Sorry, I saw Druja on the screen. But like, I worked as a waitress / bartender for 5 years. Obviously bartender once I was 18. I don't care. I did not gaff if someone wanted to send their food back, right? But it's the tone and it's the way you speak to people. You are paying for a meal, right? If your food comes and it's cold, or it's not cooked, or it's not what you ordered, or whatever, if something's wrong with it, send it back. You're allowed to send it back. But you don't need to be a dick about it. You don't need to curse the waitress's whole family because your roast potatoes burnt. You just need to go, hi, excuse me, I'm really sorry. This is undercooked. Would you mind if I got it replaced from the kitchen? I worked as a waitress for 5 years. If anyone ever asked me that, I would never be like, oh, fucking dickhead, they're complaining. Rah, rah, rah. I'd be like, yeah, of course. Like, you're paying a lot of money for your food. Let me go get that sorted for you. There's not, like, I think sometimes people are like, oh, I can't send food back, or I can't, like, complain about anything. It's not about the complaining. It's not about, like, raising a problem. It's about how you raise the problem. It's about not, like, abusing the people that are, like, dealing with you. I also don't particularly send things back. Like, I will just kind of suck it up. But if I were to, there's just a way to do it. I only worked serving drinks, and drunk people are the worst. But you know what? Sometimes sober ones are just as bad, though, I fear. Me and my friends went to this 5-star restaurant for brunch because we wanted to be bougie. Never again. The food was ass. We got crumbly croissants, but the plate was tiny, so we wanted bigger plates so we wouldn't make a mess. I fear it took us 30 minutes because we were too scared to ask. I'm speaking from experience. I have never, as a waitress or a bartender, been upset when someone has politely complained about something. Ever. When I would get fucking annoyed is when people would act like, I'd just, I don't know, just shit on the table and treated me like I was a piece of shit on the bottom of their shoe. That's what used to piss me off. Guys, the amount of customers that had me in tears. Do you know what? I think I got a thicker skin from working as a waitress because, my God, people are actually awful. People are fucking awful. And it's always the people, guys, that have never worked in hospitality. Because anyone who has worked in hospitality or even retail or any kind of customer-facing role like that would fucking never speak to people the way these people speak to people. It's giving privilege. It's giving dickhead. My dad sometimes has the worst tones at times. It's so annoying. It's difficult because you can't, like, control how other people act. But, like, with, like, maybe you can't do this with your... Yeah, you maybe could do this with your dad. But, like, I just think it's important to, like, correct behaviours. Like, if me and Sam went out for dinner and Sam was rude to the waiter, I'd be like, don't you ever fucking do that again. Don't you ever do that again. Like, he would not. But, like, just as, like, an example. I've never worked hospitality, but I fear my parents raised me well. I'm not saying, like, every person who hasn't worked in hospitality is a dickhead to customers. I just mean that, like, the people that are rude to people who, like, work as waiters or baristas or retail workers or any kind of minimum wage customer-facing job, it is always the people who have never worked in a similar role. Always. Because you would never fucking catch someone behaving this way if they had any sort of, like, experience in those areas of work. Hi, Freya. Thank you for the first time chat. Welcome in. You're in my recommended and I agree with everything you've said. You've come in to, like, a really big crash out today. I don't know how we got onto this. How did we get onto this, guys? I'm on a roll now. I'm on a rant. Let me go, let me fly. I can say so much about this topic. As someone who worked as a waitress for like 5 years, I'm ready to go. No, there was something before the Starbucks Bears, guys. Lou with the raid as well. Let's go. We're getting so many raids. I'm feeling really special. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. How are we doing? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Meg. I'm 27 from the UK. And we're crashing out right now. I'm crashing out about people who are rude to hospitality workers and retail workers during Christmas. I'm crashing out. And I've started ranting about the Starbucks cup fiasco in America. I'm on one. I'm absolutely on one. For those of you from my chat who aren't following Lou, please make sure you drop a follow. I'd really appreciate it. I'm so hungry. Go get some food, girl. I hope you had a good stream. Hope you were enjoying mining and crafting. And yeah, go get yourself some food. Thank you so much for the raid. Hi, Camel. Welcome in. How are we doing? And Haroon with the gifted sub to Alicia. Let's freaking go. I will be listening to you rant and rave. Guys, I think, honestly, I'm a really funny person to listen to when they get angry because the northern comes out. Like, normally, like, the northern accent, it's there, but it's a little bit more dormant. But my fucking God. My fucking God, the second I start getting wound up, you hear it. You hear it intensify. Oh, yeah, we were talking about who was working around Christmas. Also, guys, heart goes out to whoever has to work on Christmas Day, because I know there'll be some people. Like, I know there'll be some people, especially hospitality girlies, boys. I know there'll be some of you working Christmas Day, and I'm so fucking sorry, and I hope... like, keeping you in my thoughts and prayers that every single person who walks into your business that day is an absolute angel saint, gives you big tips, is lovely, makes your day great. If there is a single person, and there will be, but if there is a single person that fucking goes into a pub or a restaurant or a bar or whatever on Christmas Day and makes the life of the people who work there hell... when they've given up their fucking Christmas to come and make sure you have a good Christmas. I love how much she ranks. I'm also a serial ranter and it makes me feel better. I just think it's important. It's important to have a rant, guys. Northern rants are the best. I go full Geordie when I'm ranting. It's something about the North, guys. It's my first Christmas off in 5 years. Disgusting that they've put you on every single year, because I feel like there should be some sort of like rota rotation. But slay that you're off this year. I'm happy for you, Queen. You can take the girl out of the north, but you can't take the north out of the girl. Truly. Especially when girl is pissed off. I love that we have this rant. Since I've stopped being a waitress, my sanity bar restored. It is actually diabolical, like, how people are treated in these kinds of roles. But, like, imagine everyone just stopped being a waitress, guys. Everyone just stopped being a bartender. Everyone just stopped working in retail. Like, so many nice, enjoyable things that people do are kept together by people doing these roles. Treat them with some fucking respect. Like, look at when we were in COVID and no one could go to the pub. No one could go to fucking Zara and get a new t-shirt. Everyone was like skipping down the street for joy when everything reopened. And then they went back to the same shitty... Do you know what? I actually never got abused more than after COVID, working in hospitality. Good fucking God. Good fucking God. That first year out of COVID, the abuse that I faced, I had a grown man. I was working as a hostess at this point. I had a grown man swing for me, genuine, like, fist towards my face. We had security. He obviously wasn't getting anywhere near me. But fist swinging towards my face because I told him he had to use a one-way system. Because I told him he had to use a one-way system for, like, COVID safety, because we had, like, a door that you had to go into and a door that you had to come out of. You know, for, like, social distancing rules. This was when people weren't allowed inside and it was outside only. Literal fucking... And security obviously, like, jumped in the way, stopped him, like, went back to the table, kicked the whole group out and was like, you need to leave. All of his friends, by the way, mortified. They were like, what do you mean he's just gone to, like, hit the girl on the host desk? And they were fucking so embarrassed. Security was like, get out, all of you. Literally get out. Don't care that you're embarrassed about your friend. All of you get out. So yeah, people got worse after COVID. It got worse before it got better, and it's still shit, I fear, for people. I still see so many people, like, going, when I go out to eat and stuff, just getting abused by people. It's awful. I remember starting an argument once, guys. It was, Jasmine and Imanji, thank you so much for the follows. I appreciate it. I remember starting an argument once in a McDonald's at like 4 a.m. after a night out. Because basically, when I was in uni, we always used to go to the same McDonald's that was like a 2-minute walk from our accommodation. To the point, the entire night staff of this McDonald's knew me. Because do you know what? I was a little bit of a party animal in my first year of uni, guys. And I would go out quite a lot. And after every night out, I would end the night at McDonald's. And so I genuinely knew the whole fucking night staff of this McDonald's, right? And I was in there one day, and someone had the fucking cheek. They had the fucking cheek to start shouting at one of my girlies behind the till. And I was like, don't you fucking dare talk to her like that. I was like, what right do you have to talk to her like that? Nobody, no, don't fuck with a Northern Meg. Especially not a Northern Meg who's had a few drinks. Do not fucking disrespect people. And I fully, like, started an argument with this person, this random person. Because I was like, don't you fucking dare speak to people like that. They're just trying to do their job. An actual, like, shout out to this, like, night staff of this McDonald's, by the way. Bear in mind, like, we loved them so much. Like, they were genuinely the loveliest people ever. That I got my whole, like uni flat, like anyone we knew in the halls and stuff, there was like a feedback thing that you could do for McDonald's. I don't know if it still exists, but there was like a little feedback thing that you could do. And we sent loads of like really positive feedback about like the night staff. And I think one of them ended up getting promoted. So slay. But like they were genuinely the sweetest people in the world. Like I remember there was a day that we'd all gone to this club in London called Fabric. And the thing about Fabric is the phone signal in there does not work. I had got separated somehow from all of my friends. I don't know what had happened. I think we got lost in the crowd or something. We were all quite drunk. I couldn't find anybody. And I was like, in my head, the smartest thing is we all go to McDonald's after the night out. I'm just going to go to the McDonald's and wait there. So I got a taxi from Fabric. Instead of going home, by the way, I went to the McDonald's. I got a taxi from Fabric to the McDonald's and I walked in by myself. The first thing was like the main girl that I used to deal with, she was called Beth. The main girl that I used to deal with on the night shift, and like we would chat and stuff. She came up to me and she was like, "Why are you on your own? Where are your friends?" And I explained and I was like, "I got lost in the club. We always come here after like a night out. So I came here and I was like, I'll just have some food or something while I just have some food or something while they get here." And I walk in and she goes like, she's like, "Sit down." She brought me some food. Like, I paid for like something and she put loads of extra shit in my bag and she was like, "You're gonna stay here until your friends like turn up." They did turn up as well, like very soon after. But yeah, she was like, you're gonna stay with us until your friends get here. Actually, like looking back on that, I'm like, why should I not just get a taxi home? But anyway, I got a taxi to my girl Beth at McDonald's and she looked after me. Hi Han, hi Amy, welcome in. How are we doing? Drunk Meg brain is a complex thing. It really is. I don't know if you've all heard of it, but we had a truck convoy kind of take over Ottawa in protest to COVID restrictions, and we had people send us toy trucks with paper flags made mimicking the truck convoy. What the fuck? I didn't hear about that at all. People are just fucking weird. We love for that. We do love her for that. She was an absolute queen. I hope she's doing well. My boyfriend was attacked a night out and drunk Amy went full Geordie Shore on the guy. Full on squared up to him. I went mental. He was fucking massive too. Obviously, be careful, guys. Be careful. Especially like talking back to men on nights out and stuff because it can get dangerous really quickly. But slave for everyone who stands up to themselves. If you're nice to workers, you get that given back to you. It's also just like common fucking decency, isn't it? Like, why be a dickhead? Literally, why be a dickhead? You are actually ruining your own day more being a dickhead than just being a nice person. Simple as. Like, you're also just escalating a non-issue. Like, so for example, okay, being a waitress, say, or like being a customer in a restaurant, whatever. Say you go out for dinner, you sit down, you order a burger, your burger's a little bit burnt and it doesn't have cheese on it, right? Instead of just going like, "Excuse me, I'm really sorry, like, please, the burger's a little bit burnt and it hasn't got cheese in it. Would you mind to send it back to the kitchen and ask them to remake it?" Instead, you're going to raise your fucking blood pressure. You're going to raise your fucking blood pressure, scream at a fucking minimum wage worker, ruin your whole day, because if you're the kind of person who gets angry about something like this, you're going to fucking ruin your whole day because you're going to think about this all day. You're going to be wound up about it all day. You're going to rant and rave and kick off in the restaurant. You're not going to enjoy your fucking burger anyway because you've caused a massive scene and now everyone in the restaurant's side-eyeing you because you're a dick. Then you're going to leave the restaurant and you're going to be in the car home and you're going to be on your phone typing an angry little TripAdvisor review. Just like that, you've ruined your whole day. Imagine you just ate the burger or just politely asked them for a new one and moved on with your day. I was trying to do the nail thing on the phone. All the guys I'm friends with told me that they thought I hated them when I first met them. And I was like, oh my God, that's the best compliment I've ever had. Can tell you have feelings about this, Meg. Don't disagree though. At some point live for creating bullshit. Some people live to creating bullshit, yeah. I do feel some way about it, guys, because we need to stop fucking normalizing this shitty behavior. Like the way that, like, I would, especially when I was a waitress, like there have been people that have had me in tears. Like they're stood shouting in my face and I was like, tears streaming down my face. And they're still shouting at me. Do you know how much of a fucking sociopath you have to be to like be stood shouting at someone? They're crying, they're visibly crying. Young girl visibly crying, and you're still shouting in my face. Do you know how much of a fucked up human being you have to be able to be to do that to a person? God forbid I like accidentally knock someone on the train because I'm going to feel bad about it for the next 2 weeks. The fact that these people lack any sort of like human decency or empathy really like speaks volumes for the kind of people that they are. I also had many experiences when I sent food back or told them feedback and I was nice and the server side-eyed me and was being mean to me. So I said to myself, well, she had a shitty day. Yeah, unfortunately, guys, because of how badly a lot of waitresses, bartenders, baristas, retail workers are treated day in, day out, there are definitely people who are not the nicest to their customers either. And that's really unfortunate. And it's unfortunate that it goes both ways. But I do think people would be happier working these jobs if they weren't treated like absolute dirt. I'm not saying they're treated like dirt by everyone, but like by enough people. I don't think I ever got through a working week as a waitress without someone either making me cry or like just making me go home and feel like shit. And if they were paid a livable wage. Yeah, retweet on that one. I had to ask my friends if I was okay if I didn't come to something they planned last night. There's no way I'm surviving being rude in public. No. I find it crazy that people don't have empathy. I find that a crazy concept. Me, the girl who cries at everything, cannot comprehend how people don't feel guilt, remorse, or empathy. I don't get it, guys. Hi, Flit. Welcome in. How are we doing? I cried the first time a patient yelled at me over the phone, and I handed the phone off to my supervisor. He got off the phone, turned to me, said, well, that person's a dickhead. It made me giggle. I always love when, like, a manager backs you up. And, like, I always made sure that I did this. So I don't currently because my assistant got a apprenticeship. But, like, whenever I'm working with an assistant, if someone is giving my assistant shit, I first let them try to deal with it. If that person continues to be a dickhead, I get involved. Because one, that's my job. Like, I'm in a managerial position. That's my job. It's my job to take the shit. Two, having your, like, employee is the wrong word. She wasn't really my employee. She was my assistant. But, like, in a more general sense, like, having having your team's back in these kinds of situations is so fucking important. Because I remember when I was a waitress, I used to work with this guy, and he would always side with customers, even if they were like completely, I know in hospitality it's like customers are always right, but like if I was being spoken to like a piece of shit, instead of like defending me in any way, shape or form, he would always undermine what I had said and just do whatever they wanted. And it used to make me feel so invalidated and like my feelings invalidated. That was the same manager though that I got spiked in a club and couldn't go to work because I was, in A&E. And he gave me a disciplinary meeting and told me that how should he believe me? And I was like, I have the phone logs with 111. I have my Uber receipts of me going to and from A&E because I was told not to get on public transport. I have my log from A&E. Yeah, safe to say he didn't work for the company for very much longer. Customers are never right. Wait, hang on, sorry, I missed Bibi's first message and I only saw the second one. Eden with the tier 1 for 11 months. Let's freaking go. Once I worked with my coworker and she started back then and one grown man was hitting on her and she almost cried on her first day. I kicked him out, as you fucking should. And then my boss was angry at me for some reason because he was a regular and I just didn't give a shit. But you still have to, like, guys, it doesn't really matter how regular a person is. You still have to treat people with, like, common human decency, and rules do still apply for you. Like, they do still apply to you. Wait, Dulcie, I did not see your message. Sorry, guys, we're on a rant and chat is popping. I might miss some. Working at a cinema has traumatized me, having grown men throw nachos and salsa all over me because they couldn't get a ticket for a film. People are not normal, guys. People are not fucking normal. Oh, Flea, it wasn't even to do with that, I'm afraid. It was not because of me. It was not because of little old me. Hi, Alice. Welcome in. How are we doing? And thank you for the 25 stream streak. Let's go. Guys, I'm kind of enjoying this, like, this yap. I don't want to do my Minecraft tutorial. I just want to yap. Someone threw a coffee at me at my old job only for it to hit the COVID protection plastic screen. I remember you telling Matt, you told me about this the same day that we were ranting about the Starbucks bears, and I've actually ranted about that already today. I remember you first telling me that story, and it was that specific day. Bear in mind, Matt, had that protection screen not been there, that's a hot coffee, and that's a fucking lawsuit. That coffee hits you, that's jail time. That's fucking assault. The fact that people are willing to go to jail for assault over a coffee. It's insane. Guys, it's insane. It's insane. I've seen so many things and I'm still being surprised. I genuinely think there probably are like Reddit threads or something of this, but like if everyone who has ever worked a hospitality, retail, barista, any kind of job, right, put one thing bad that has happened to them, this threat, it would break the world. Because genuinely, it's one of those things where like you keep reading and you think it can't get any worse and it keeps getting worse. My cousin had a really scary pregnancy. She was told she had to abort because my nephew had a 95% chance of being stillborn and she was still bleeding heavily. So she asked her manager to only work at the salons closer to her house, and he took away the close salons and made her to go to work. As if she didn't have enough to deal with, by the way. I saw, oh my God, I don't know where this person was from. I saw a TikTok of this guy and he was like filming himself at work, and the caption was like, just me doing a shift because I wasn't like permitted time off from my job the day before like my son's funeral. That I was like disgusted. Which I thought it was illegal to reject time off for like personal traumatic reasons. I know definitely in the UK there are laws for that, but I guess in other places maybe not. I genuinely, there was tears in my eyes. I was like, that is actually foul. In the UK, yes, Matt, I don't know if that's a thing for everywhere. I assume this person wasn't from the UK. Oh, it was Holiday Inn? Wait, Holiday Inn is UK? That's illegal. Holiday Inn. Count your days, I guess. That is actually fucking diabolical. 4 hours before the funeral. I thought it was the day before. Imagine. Like, the people who are denying that time off, right? When you receive that request, would you not just, like... Is the normal thing not to just, like, put yourself in someone else's shoes? Like, say you're the manager of this place, right? You're the one who's sitting down to do the route or whatever. would you not think, oh my God, what if that was my child? Or what if that was my niece or my nephew, if you don't have children? Sam, your computer's really, really loud. Like, would you not put yourself in that person's shoes just for 10 seconds and be like, maybe this is inappropriate to make them work when, you know, in fact, not even just inappropriate, inhumane to make this person work when they have to go bury their son. I've read people working till they actually die if they have cancer or something because they can't leave work because they don't have money to pay the bills. Oh my God, guys, someone has to have seen it because it was a massive, it was like a viral video on TikTok. So I'm trusting the TikTok FYP to have brought this to someone's page. There is a guy who did a GoFundMe for this, like, elderly man. He was in, like, his 80s, I believe, and he was working in some sort of American supermarket, and he was like in his 80s and still working full time to try and make ends meet because he was in debt. And the reason he was in debt is because his wife, who had passed away, had died from a terminal illness, and he had used all of his money, all of his savings, and any means possible to try and like pay for his wife's medical care, which meant this man was now in his 80s and working full time in like a supermarket or some sort of shop, retail. And someone, guys, this like creator, I think this is like his content. He created a GoFundMe that raised millions of dollars, and now this man can retire. The tears that I sobbed watching this video. This man would have worked till the day he died. And, like, thank God that this, like, absolute heaven-sent angel did this and, like, helped this man. But the thing that, like, really started to make me cry was there will be so many people in a similar instance that will just have to work till they die. Like, that really started to fucking hit. And I was just like so amazing this man got help, but how many other people are living like that? There is an elder precariat in the United States, a very scary, wait, I'm gonna have to Google what that word means, Spike, because I'm not familiar. Forgive my ignorance. A growing social class characterized by precarious, insecure lives, unstable work, lacking traditional benefits, and stable career paths, often existing in the gig economy. At what point, like, this has to stop? It's so fucking dangerous for, like, the older you get, right, the more frail your body gets, the more, like, prone you are to, like, getting ill, getting unwell. It is not safe for you to work past, like, certain ages. Especially in, like, very physically demanding jobs. Yeah, it's one successful story in an ignored world. Yeah. In Canada, we pay high taxes, but we get free healthcare as a result. Yeah, we also have free healthcare here. I'll gladly pay more if it means that people don't go into debt. 100%. Like, I remember, because I feel like definitely in the school system, we don't really learn a lot about America in general. A lot of what I know about America, like their healthcare system, everything like that is from what I know through, like, social media. We're not really clued in. Maybe it's different now, I don't know. But, like, we don't really know about how fucked up some things in America are, no disrespect, like, with the healthcare system. And, like, I remember the first time I found out that, like, people would be in dire need of an ambulance and would beg for people not to call an ambulance because they couldn't afford to pay for it. People would not go to doctors for really valid health concerns because they couldn't afford to pay for it. And as someone who, obviously, I live in the UK, we are very privileged to have free healthcare. If I was sick growing up, my mum would take me to the doctor. I used to do horse riding when I was growing up. There was one time I had a bad fall and they thought I'd broken my arm. So I went to the hospital and I had an x-ray. Like, I could not comprehend when I first heard that, like, people had to actively not seek medical attention because they couldn't afford it. Hi, Pumba, welcome in. The healthcare in the US is so bad and could be on the brink of getting worse. Yeah, I'm so sorry. For anyone who's living in America, I'm so sorry that you have to pay for a basic human necessity. The fact that a certain man wants to be the Prime Minister of the UK, wants to make the NHS private. Don't even... I think, obviously, with everything that I say, guys, I think it's very obvious where I stand politically. I am fucking terrified for the state of this world. Terrified. Absolutely fucking terrified. Oh my God, it was the other thing that I remember being, like, fucking gobsmacked about was, obviously, you have to pay to give birth. So, like, God forbid you fucking get pregnant and you didn't mean to, and you're already trying to, and you decide you want to keep the baby, and you're trying to, like, financially prepare for a child and, like, making sure the child has everything they need. But yeah, you have to go pay to get it out as well. What the fuck, man? Insane premiums, and for a lot of times they won't cover basic checkups. A basic, like, checkup is a basic human need. You need to go to the doctors and get checked at periodic points in your life. Free healthcare is amazing, and even here with insurance, if I go private care, I don't pay anything if a nurse checks on me, and if a doctor, then €30 and it covers everything. Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's, even if it's not free, making it affordable. Like, we don't pay for our, like, if I, God forbid, I broke my leg snapped in half and I have to have surgery, I would not pay for the surgery. The only thing you pay for in the UK is your prescriptions. So which you don't pay for contraceptives, that contraception is free. But if you, say I need to go on antibiotics, and you get a course of antibiotics, that would be one prescription, and you pay, I think it's like £10, roughly, for the medicine. And that's what you pay, £10. That's it. To think that if that happened elsewhere, I would be thousands of pounds in debt. I saw a TikTok where the mum posted her bill from the hospital and she got charged for skin to get skin. She got charged for holding her own baby. Nah, it's actually criminal. It's criminal. You think, but it gets expensive. But also then it is just like it becomes a class issue, because it's always working class people or lower income people that suffer. It's all about making money at the cost of human life, exactly. But at the cost of human life from the lower end of the economic scale. It's always going to be working class people and lower income people that suffer. Like, higher income people can probably afford a decent, like, medical care, medical insurance, like, these kinds of things only affect lower income people. And why should someone on a lower income not get access to medical care simply because they can't afford it? That is insane. Insane. We're blessed to have the NHS. Don't get me started. Oh yeah, NHS workers also get treated like shit. There are definitely... Okay, we've spoken about the NHS on this channel before because there are certain parts of the NHS that really fall short, particularly with how they handle women's health. As someone who has been personally let down by failed diagnosis, gaslighting, refusal to like actually even give you an appointment, there are definitely downfalls. But my God, as a whole, am I grateful to have the NHS? And I still fundamentally understand that a lot of the issues within the NHS come from underfunding, understaffing, and people abusing the NHS resources. Like, there is reasons why there are parts of the NHS that are, like, not as, like, strong. For example, A&E. If you go to A&E, which is accident and emergency in the UK, you could wait up to, like, 12 hours to see someone. Bear in mind, this is supposed to be accident emergency. This is supposed to be like immediate medical care, like immediate emergency, like blood gushing out of your head medical care. The reason why the waits, however, are that long is because people go to A&E for non-urgent matters. And unfortunately, you know, a hospital's not going to be like, you know, that's not really urgent enough. Go to your GP, because they're trying to help people. They're trying to like save lives. They don't know. They don't want to downplay someone's symptoms. And so there's people who go to A&E and abuse A&E. And that's why the waits in A&E are so long. But then unfortunately, it's a vicious cycle because the workers in A&E then get abused by the people who are waiting a long time in A&E. And it is just a vicious cycle. But like a lot of the issues come fundamentally from, you know, the government and how we don't fund the NHS the way it needs to be funded. I've been trying to get some sort of diagnosis for 8 years and I'm not even close. Yeah, there are definitely issues with the NHS. I'm not going to sit here and be like, you know, the NHS is absolutely perfect and like, so sorry to every other country that doesn't have that because this is amazing and perfect and the best ever, because it's not. But the reason that it's not is because of underfunding and budget cuts and understaffing, short staffing, like hospitals. So yeah, thank you for the hydrate. Adele, the way this tea is cold. I made this tea an hour and 15 minutes ago and I've been yapping ever since. God, we've covered so many topics today, guys. This started because we were talking about who was working over Christmas. I do think it's important though, and I think it's important to talk about these things. Hi, Mag! Oh my God, Mag, I miss you so much. Thank you for the tier 1 for 21 months. Just getting in on this chat. Don't know if you guys know who Grace Beverly is, but she's got an amazing podcast on issues like endometriosis and PCOS and how healthcare has failed women. I should give that a listen because I have been very vocal about it on my channel as someone who has still not got a proper diagnosis for my women's health issues. And as someone who I went to seek medical help and was, you know, immediately gaslit and told that maybe you could be pregnant, took a pregnancy test, obviously wasn't pregnant, told them I wasn't pregnant. Because obviously, if any kind of like things change in my body, maybe that would be the first thing I would assume. Like, I think I definitely do pregnancy tests at home if I think that something might be wrong in that sense. Like if I get a pain or whatever, I would do a test. But to constantly go to the doctors with like indescribable pain and for them to say, maybe it's just period pains or maybe you're pregnant. Oh no, you're not pregnant because we've just done a pregnancy test and it's negative. Oh, maybe you're just on your period. Have you tried taking paracetamol? The amount of times that has been the response to me being in like excruciating pain to where I can't even work. But the issue of like women's health stems far beyond the NHS. There is just not enough medical research into PCOS, endometriosis, diagnosing endometriosis and PCOS. Like, there's just not enough. There's not enough put into that. Unfortunately, there is very little care around that area of health. I have PCOS, and without oversharing or saying too much, I've had the worst week because it's made me so insecure and feel like shit. But the fact they have no clue just makes me feel even worse. Yeah. You guys know her because she is on the Minecraft server that we're currently on. We play games with her. I have spoke before about how much I just adore her. Lucy Flight, speaks very openly about this as well on her social media. So very much recommend following her and like following her journey with that, because she is very vocal and talks about it a lot. And it's important to talk about. She is such a queen and she has suffered so much. But yeah, there is so many women are affected by it. Hi Leo, welcome in. I was heavily bleeding for over 3 weeks and went to the doctors and they said it was normal or caused by stress and told me to take painkillers. Yeah. Unfortunately, when it comes to women's bodies, the research that has been done into other areas of medicine and treatment has not been done into these areas. There is no, forgive me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure there is no known cure for endometriosis. And even if you can get diagnosed, even if by some fucking miracle you manage to get diagnosed, there's nothing they can do for you. And almost all of them will recommend that you go on the contraceptive pill, which is exactly what was recommended to me. So do you know what? We're being so open and honest. I'll talk about it. The reason I think I've had my health issue as young as being 15, 16, because when I would be in school, and this was maybe within a year of my period starting, within a year, I had to have time off school. I could not go to school, could not move out of my bed, would be screaming in pain, like keeled over, knees up to my chest, hugging myself as tight as I could, screaming in pain because I couldn't move. I went to the doctors and I was put on 9 tablets a day. It was 3 tablets for pain, 6 for the amount, heaviness. Sorry, TMI maybe for some people. But 9 tablets a day. 15, 16 years old, I was on 9 tablets a day just to make my periods manageable enough for me to leave the house. After a couple of years of that, I was put on the contraceptive pill because they said, you know, that's like 1 pill to take a day instead of like the 9 that you previously had to take. And in my head, I was like, okay, you know, like obviously I was a teenager at this point, like we'd learn in school about sex education. I was like, okay, maybe it's a smart thing to go on the pill because, you know, it's contraception, but it's also going to help me manage like my chronic pain when it comes to periods. So I went on the pill. And every single time I have had symptoms of the, like, essentially I've been to the hospital a couple of times for this. Lizzie, thank you so much for the tier 1 for 5 months. It would be when I had accidentally missed pills, or like the pill that I am on in particular, I have to get my blood pressure checked like once or twice a year, just to make sure that it's still okay for me to be on that pill. And if I haven't had the blood pressure test, I can't get my pill renewed. And so if I've not realized that I'm running low, there's sometimes like a gap. It's always in those gaps where I'm off the contraceptive pill for a couple of days or a week or whatever that I get in debilitating pain, to the point there was the thing that really has like started this whole journey for me into like trying to figure out what the hell is going on is it would have been because it was before Sam, so 4.5 years ago, I went into work. I was fine in the morning and I was sat doing something at work. All of a sudden, my vision's fucking blurry. I feel like I'm going to pass out. I can't like feel my body. Like I feel like I'm having a fucking out of body experience. And the most debilitating pain I've ever felt in my life hits me. I can't even walk. One of my colleagues had to carry me to the hospital, like carry me into a taxi and carry me into A&E because I couldn't fucking walk straight on my own because I was in so much pain. I was left in A&E for hours and hours and hours, then told to go to a different hospital, which is at the other side of London. So bear in mind, I'm in debilitating pain, had to get in a taxi by myself to get taken to another hospital who left me in A&E for another like 8 hours. I then gave up. They were like, there's nothing wrong with you. So I went home, went back again to the original hospital and got through to a doctor who actually wanted to help. And they were like, by this point, the pain had subsided. And I got into the room with this woman and she was like, why did you not come to A&E sooner? And I was like, I was here yesterday and I got referred to another hospital. I got told to go somewhere else. And then that hospital said nothing was wrong with me. And they were like, because the pain is not there right now, if we do a scan, it's not going to show up. She was like, if you feel this pain again, you have to come back to the hospital straight away. Drop what you're doing, come to the hospital. So I did. The next time I had the pain, I went back to the hospital. Did they do anything? Nope. I've been to the doctors about the pains. Have they done anything? Nope. Nope. Not the same doctor, no. The problem with A&E, trying to see the same doctor is not. Like, it's impossible. Impossible. These are not like small hospitals. I'm talking like massive London hospitals. So now I'm stuck in a situation where I have to stay on a contraceptive pill, which is absolutely fucking with my hormones, is absolutely fucking with my body, and I'm now petrified to not take because if I don't take it, I know the pain that I'm going to be in. And I remember the last time I went to the doctors about this. This would have been, it was around Christmas time last year. I don't remember the month. It was definitely winter last year because I went to the doctors because I had come into work and I was in so much pain and I was speaking to my boss about it and he was like, you need to go, like, you have to go see a doctor. He was like, I can see how much pain you're in. Like, I can see it in your face, how much pain you're in. And I went to the doctor immediately. Is there a chance you could be pregnant? Are you just having period pains? Have you tried taking paracetamol? Blah, 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 blah. And anyway, I explained that I've been to the hospital about this before. I was always told to go seek medical attention if I felt this pain again. This is what they suspected. So the doctor that told me I had to come seek medical advice again if I had the pain again, essentially said, without the scan, she can't formally diagnose, but what she suspects is that there is a cyst on my ovary that is causing it to twist. And when it's twisted is what's causing me pain. And I explained all this to the doctor and she was like, yeah, well, I mean, you can book in for a scan if you want, but it's going to be weeks to get you a scan. And obviously you're probably not going to be in pain in a few weeks because we're going to resubscribe your contraceptive pill today. She. And I said, okay, so you're telling me to just go back on the contraceptive pill, but what happens, in the future if I want to have children? And I want to come off the pill because I want to have children. She's like, oh, well, we'll deal with that then. And unfortunately, guys, this is not just me that has experienced this. This is so common. I have seen countless people come out and talk about this. And it's always the same shit of, are you pregnant? Are you on your period? Is it just period pains? Go on the contraceptive pill. Seen exactly the same thing. Medical misogyny practiced by female doctors in the UK. It's by everyone. I went in sobbing because of pain and this girl said to me, do you think you need counselling? It's actually, the day that I went to the doctor and she was just like, oh, we'll deal with if you want to have kids when it comes to it. That same appointment, I had to fight for hours to get. Hours. Because originally, when I first called up and I said, hey, I'm in really debilitating pain. This is what I think is wrong based on like previous hospital and doctor's visits. I was told to make an appointment immediately or go to the hospital immediately. If this persisted, I need an appointment with a doctor. They said, we'll do a phone appointment for you. And I said, but how are you supposed to see that I'm in pain and like diagnose my pain and like, I don't know, like assess me if we're over the phone? And they said, oh, but we're only doing phone appointments. And I said, no, I need to see a person. I need to come in and I need an appointment. And I had to fight for it. And they said, okay, someone will call you back if we can fit you in. And I waited hours for them to call me back. And they were like, you'd need to be here by this time. This is the only time I've got available. And then I go in and get gaslit. Over the phone appointments became a thing through COVID. And I understand that why through COVID it made sense for some appointments to go to a phone system. The fact that this has stayed a thing, it doesn't work. You can't decipher someone's pain or symptoms over the phone. Not even a video call, like a phone call. It doesn't work. I don't have PCOS, etc., but unfortunately this year I had to go to hospital for emergency surgery for a pregnancy loss. I'm so sorry, Joe. I was literally screaming in pain and a nurse asked me if I could keep it down because there was other people around. Sorry, I'm basically in labour and bleeding out, but yeah, sure, I'll keep it down. That is the most inconsiderate, inhumane thing I think I've ever heard someone say to another human being. And I'm so fucking sorry that you, one, had to go through that, and two, that was said to you by a fucking medical professional. It actually just really upsets me, guys, because we're just having a conversation, right? We're just, I'm sharing my experience and you guys are sharing your experiences. But this is such a common thing that so many people are encountering day to day. Like, I saw Spike say that their wife has gone through an eerily similar situation to me. And I know that we're not the only ones. In fact, almost every person that I've seen speak about it on social media that has got some sort of women's health issue has had a very similar timeline of events, similar conversations had with doctors. It's belittling. I am petrified to go back and seek medical attention. And I know I have to. I know I've put it off for a year. And I know that putting it off is the worst thing that I can do for my own like health and like my own body. But I'm petrified to go back to the doctors. I'm petrified to go and be belittled and told that I'm being stupid or over-exaggerating or, you know, making a bigger deal out of something than it is. It is really, really tricky because at some point you want to give up and you can't. My old doctors were shit. If I tried to stand up for myself, the doctor would hang up the phone. That is actually criminal. I don't have the energy to go back and fight, but I really need to. I just can't hack the mental battle it's going to take. Alice, 100% understand. I 100% understand because it's the exact same, like, torment that I have been in for the past year. I know. I have so much anxiety, like health anxiety. The minute I start to get, like, a bit of pain, guys, I'm like, shit. Like, there have been times that I've just, like, sat and cried about it because I'm like, well, this could impact, like, serious things in my future. This could impact my ability to have children. This could impact so many things. And I know that putting it off is only making it worse. But also I know how much mental toll it takes on me having to fight. My mum started losing a lot of weight last year for no reason, and she went to the doctor to figure it out, and her doctor, a woman, was laughing and saying how it's such a nice problem to have and not worth worrying about. My mum told her to fuck off and demanded tests, and it turns out there was actually something wrong, and now she's on daily meds and checkups every 2 months. When did it become okay for doctors to laugh at patients coming to them with concerns? When did that become an okay thing to do? Going back, this applies to everything we fucking talked about today. When did having empathy stop being a thing for such a wide variety of people? When did people stop having empathy? And when did people stop having empathy for other people? I'm just thankful the rest of the medical professionals were better than her. Yeah, I just want to clarify, me talking about this and me talking about how shit I have had, like, shit experiences I have had through my journey with my, like, female mental health. This is not me shitting on everyone who's a doctor or everyone who's a nurse or everyone who works in a hospital, because that's not, again, these things are coming from much higher places. There isn't funding, there isn't research into this area of medicine. It is not, like, it is not the fault of my doctor that it has not gone differently. It is the whole system. Does that make sense? I don't want anyone to sit here and think that I'm, like, shitting all over the NHS, because I've made it very clear how grateful and, you know, life-changing the NHS is. This is like systemic, what is the right word? I know the word, but it's a problem that is coming from the system, not from individual people. Are there people that are definitely lacking empathy? Yes, absolutely. What Joe went through, fucking heinous. Okay? That is inexcusable. That's nothing to do with a systemic issue. That's a fucking arsehole who shouldn't be working with people. But with this discussion specifically about women's health issues, this is a systemic problem. Don't know why my voice is struggling so much with that word. So sorry. Hi, Coco Pop. Hi, Rihanna. Thank you for the first time chat. Welcome in. Currently in medical school, and hearing these stories break my heart, hoping I can make a difference to women's health in the future. Rihanna, again, just want to reiterate what I said. I am so grateful for people who dedicate their lives to literally saving lives. Unfortunately, women's health is just not prioritized. But I'm so glad to hear that you want to make a difference, and I wish you all the best in your studies. I'm sure you're going to absolutely slay. You're going to absolutely slay, and I know you are. And thank you for the first time chat as well. Welcome in. If the system wouldn't be so fucked, everything would be different, yeah. I found these days men of all people sometimes are more understanding than women. Like, what's the world coming to? Right, I'm ready for my next rant, guys. Women need to stand up for each other more. Like, I am so sick of seeing girls tear other girls down, girls not supporting women. Like, there are too many fucking issues that women have to face day in, day out. The girlies have got, I mean, everyone should be supporting women, but women need to be supporting women, and they need to be supporting women more. Hi, Ali, welcome in. If you're overweight, they'll blame everything on your weight. When you know something is wrong, they'll just tell you to lose weight. My cousin went to the doctor with serious symptoms and was just told to lose weight and see if it improves. It was cancer. I am so fucking sorry. It's these reductionist accusations whenever people seek medical attention. With women's issues, it's, you know, are you pregnant or are you having period pains? With weight issues, it's you either need to gain weight or you need to lose weight. Like, they will always try and blame something that's probably completely unrelated. I've not spoken about it at all, but my mum started losing her memory pretty badly. I'm so sorry, Alice. and can't grip things very well. She was sobbing at the doctors to figure it out, and they've made pretty much zero progress. They mentioned hemochromatosis, a blood disease, which will only make her more sick if she doesn't get help. What do you mean I could lose my mum at 24? Alice, I'm so fucking sorry. I know that there is not anything that we can do physically to help your situation. If you need any support or just a place to be, we have got you. And I'm so sorry that you're going through that, and I'm so sorry that you're being let down. Me and some girls were talking about something like this at work, and the trainee pharmacist, naive man, said, "Oh, it can't be that bad. You girls have it so easy." Hold up. Tell me when women have ever had it easy. Ever. When did we have it easy? Did I miss that part of life when we had it easy? The rage I felt simultaneously had an argument about how it's not. We then made a formal complaint about him. Good, as you should. How is he going to give advice and help patients if he can't respect women? Actually fucking insane that someone goes, girls have it so easy. Fucking, am I living the wrong life? When did girls have it easy? I don't know, because like in the summer I can't walk down the street without some man in a van beeping his horn at me, shouting fucking heinous things about my body. I don't know peace. Being sexualized by strangers in the street. Walking home with like keys between my fingers because I'm scared of something happening to me if I walk home at night. Girls have it easy? I must have missed the memo, guys. I must have missed the memo. Feeling like a normal person one day a month at most, but it's so easy, right? Yeah, you know, we just like, we bleed for a week once. We bleed for a week every month. Literally birth humans out of our bodies. But yeah, we've got it so easy. Can't even go to the shop in the baggiest outfit with my mum without the man working there staring me out. Yeah. This reminds me of high school when we had a discussion in high school over consent and how it can be taken away during, and this boy said he should make a sex contract. Who is raising these people? Who raises these people? And I fucking hope they're disappointed. Oh no, but you have a bunch of the balls. Hi Rob, welcome in. Women contraception was tested on male baby animals, then they discovered it would fuck men's hormones. Yeah, I know about that. So obviously women have to take it, right? Cramps have been classified the same level as a heart attack, fun fact. Guys, I'm still spun about the women have it so easy comment. I'm actually just fucking spun. Can I just say this whole conversation and rant has been so good, a bit therapeutic and very needed. I am really glad that you guys have found it therapeutic as well, because I definitely have. I mean, we've spoken about a lot of things. We have, you know, got a lot of things off our chest. And I know that I try to keep this channel very lighthearted, very like chilled, cozy, but it's important to talk about these kinds of things, guys. And I don't feel comfortable not giving my opinion on such important topics. So it might be every now and again we have a rant like this. If there's something that we need to discuss and we need to talk about, let's talk about it. If I'm going to use my voice, I want my voice to be used for good. And I do think not only is it important to talk about this because this is real world issues that are affecting so many people, it's affecting you guys. The fact that we have spoken about like 3 different issues in the last like 2 hours, there have been so many of you that have related to each one. This is something that has impacted your lives day in, day out. Talking about that is important. Talking about it is a way, it's a kind of therapy. Like, we are not therapists. We cannot give any, concrete advice when it comes to mental health. I'm always an advocate. I mean, I'm literally an ambassador for a mental health charity. I'm the first person to say that, like, while we can talk about things and we can talk about important topics, it is always important that if you are having serious issues with your mental health, to talk to a professional, because I'm not a professional. I can give my opinion and I can use my voice and we can talk about really important issues, but I'm always the first to say that please speak to a professional if you feel like you need to. But I think having these conversations is really fucking important, and I don't feel comfortable not using my voice in this way. Can I just say thank you, because you're using your voice is so genuinely nice to hear and see, because too many people shy away from things. But like, all 3 things that we have spoken about today have directly impacted me as a person as well. So why would I not use my voice to bring light to things that I know for a fact that so many of you guys are suffering with as well? Like, I don't know, it's important. If one person tonight goes to sleep after today's stream thinking, I actually feel like a weight's off my shoulders because we've spoke about this, I will go to sleep happy tonight. Talking and sharing is important, and that is how you work through trauma. It's how you work through difficult situations. Wait, hang on. My mouse isn't working. I want to scroll. Wait, chat, my chat won't scroll. I can't see messages. Guys, if I miss messages, I'm sorry. My chat's like wigging out. Oh, actually, let me just... I'm going to have to look at my face. I'm going to just put you on this screen so I can just read chat. Is there a way I can make chat bigger? Can I pop out chat? How do I pop out chat, guys? I think there's a way to do that. Pop out chat. Let's just make you guys full screen. Oh, wait. Can I not see past messages? There we go. I can scroll now. Wait, where have I read up to? The fact that dealing with stuff like this makes you feel so lonely in a way too, but hearing so many people in chat, unfortunately, dealing with the same thing in a way is comforting, if that makes sense. It makes complete sense. And that's why I think it's important to talk about. Sorry, my chat has cut off at a certain point, so if I've missed messages prior to this, I'm really sorry. I've been around people who are struggling with mental health, and I'm so angry at how they're being treated from people around them and by families in general. Please, like, always be there for your friends. Always be there for your family. I know that sounds like it goes without saying, but check in on people. Talk to people. It's really fucking important. I'm going through a similar thing with my dad. He's been diagnosed with vascular dementia, and it took us years to get an actual diagnosis after his behaviour radically changed, and it was infuriating. I'm sending you lots and lots of love and support on your journey and wish nothing but health and a long life for your mum. I'm so sorry, Rob. Feel so lonely some days thinking it's me, I'm the problem. It like not realizing it's so normal. This is why it's important to talk about, guys. I really do appreciate you so much for talking about these issues and subjects. Thank you for sharing your perspective, always. I have always said that the way that I am on stream and like, not even just on stream, but the way I am to you guys will always be like just my thoughts, my feelings. And I'm not afraid to talk about my opinions and my thoughts. I like to think that I have a pretty good worldview, but like more so, there are so many people that don't talk about these things. And I would hate for someone to be sat alone right now, struggling with some of the things we've spoken about today and not having anyone else to talk about it with. I'm glad that we have a community that talks about these things and makes people feel like they have a comfortable, safe space that they can, you know, they can vent, they can chat, they can take their mind off things. I've said it before as well, but we do have a support channel in the Discord. Again, we're not therapists here, but if there's a time that you need to rant, if you need to let things out, even if it's just like you just need to get it out into words and then like let it go. We have that channel in the Discord where you can just put all of your thoughts and feelings. If we're ever not live and you ever need somebody and just want to talk and just want to chat, please do feel free to use that channel. Oh my god, chat's really confusing when it's like this. I'm so used to it being in a certain way on this screen. Robin Zoya, please know that your dad and grandma love you. Went through dementia with my grandma and I can assure you that they love you 100%. 100%. And I'm so sorry because diseases such as dementia are so difficult because it's such a deterioration, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you're going through it, and I'm so sorry that your loved one is going through it. You may get sick of me, Meg. I feel like I have something daily, and that's okay. I mean, it's not okay that you have something daily, but it's okay if you need to talk about things daily. The absolute worst thing that you could do in like a bad period where things are not going so great is bottle those things up. That is the worst thing you could do. The best thing you could do is talk about it. You're having a bad day? Talk about it. Keeping things inside, bottling things and not opening up is a recipe for disaster. Trust me, I've done it. I've done it more times than I can count. And I would much rather be like I am today and be very heart on my sleeve, very open and very honest about things that I'm struggling with than ever go back to being a person who bottles things up inside. So please don't ever think that I'm going to get sick of you or I'm going to think you're annoying, because it's not the case. It's not the case at all. Exactly. This is a safe space to talk about your burdens. You know what's insane too? My grandma started showing signs of dementia and hospital kept saying it was a water infection and sent her home. It's diabolical how many people have experiences like this. It's actually diabolical. That happened to my nana as well, too, except with an ear infection. Retweet on the second opinions. My gran had dementia and used to sit with the TV book just so she knew what day it was. We cremated it with her because it was just so special to her. Dementia can bring beautiful memories in amongst the darkest times. Amy, I'm so sorry for your loss. That is incredibly sweet. Obviously awful that, you know, it got to a stage in her illness where she had to rely on that for knowing what day it was. But I'm glad that it became something that was special to her. Best thing I ever did was reach out to my therapist at 16 about my problem. Best thing I ever did was reach out to my therapist at 16 about my problem. She's now a tiger called Sally tattooed on my upper arm. That's so beautiful, Alice. Have you guys ever been to the doctor and seen them Googling your symptoms? No, because they think I don't have any symptoms. They think I've got period pains. They don't even bother to Google. They don't even bother to Google, guys, because they just think I've got period pains and need to take paracetamol. My electric blanket's off and I need it on. What the hell? My whole monitor just went off. I was like, guys, where did you go? Where did you go? We're having a big chat right now. I might have to go get some tissue in a minute because I feel like I'm getting a bit snotty. Doctors using Google actually physically hurts me as a librarian whose job it is to train doctors how to search medical conditions. It does terrify me as well, like the whole like ChatGPT AI thing. Because I swear to God, if I go to a doctor and see them ChatGPT in my symptoms, I'll lose it. I'll actually lose it. Hi, Katie. How are we doing? Currently lurking as I have family over, but just wanted to pop in. I'm so sorry to anyone who's been having a rough time, and I admire everyone's courage to be able to come out and share with everyone. My DMs are always open if someone needs an extra shoulder to lean on, and Meg, just want to say you're using your platform to speak out as well, just more than you know. We love you, Katie. Exactly this. Hi, Brooke. Welcome in. But also, guys, like, I don't want praise for using my platform or my voice. Because this is the bare fucking minimum. This is just me being a decent human being, wanting to use a voice to talk about things. This is not like, I'm not doing anything revolutionary or like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, this is just basic human decency from me. Like, I don't know how to explain it in any other way. I'm out of breath because I've talked too much. Guys, is anyone else too much of a yapper? Is anyone else too much of a yapper that you genuinely get out of breath? Can't breathe. I've spoke so much, I've not got any oxygen left in my lungs. I know you think it's the bare minimum, but a lot of people shy away from it. Well, unfortunately for anyone who wants me to shut up, guys, I never will. So, there's that. There's a reason Miss Meg is a calm ambassador, couldn't have gone to a better person. I'm just incredibly, incredibly proud, guys, to represent a charity that does the world of good. Friendly reminder that periods aren't supposed to be painful. You cannot be so painful you cannot function. Retweet. Sorry, thank you for the hydrate. It's time to give up on that tea. Do you know what, guys? Because I'm such a busy bee at work, I've kind of, this is going to be disgusting, and this might get me cancelled, okay? I've got used to the taste of of cold tea. Because I like, when I'm at work, I'll make tea, get so busy that the tea goes cold. Cold tea doesn't even offend me anymore. I feel like my taste buds have just adjusted. I don't even care anymore. Hi, DJ! Guys, DJ's, like, periodic joke is exactly what we need right now. How do you invite Santa to a party? You request his presence. Thank you for the look, Brooke. I appreciate it. Love you, Lucy. Common does not mean normal. Stick it in the microwave, Joe. Don't, because I've got big beef with people who microwave their tea. Gal pal Cal, I'm looking at you. I'm joking. She doesn't do that anymore, guys, because I bought her a kettle. She's going to be so mad I've brought this up again. I bring this I bring this up every now and again, guys. So Cal is obviously American. In America, Cal, I'm so sorry. It's relevant to the conversation. Someone talked about microwaving tea and I got triggered because you used to do that. I remember being in a call with Cal, Ellie, I think probably Anne as well. And I remember it was because Santiro had sent me a video of him microwaving his tea. And I was in this call being like, guys, can you believe that people microwave their tea? And Cal goes, Meg, I do. And I was like, no, you're taking the piss. You're pulling my leg. You're pulling my leg. And she was like, no, like I have a kettle. And I'm thinking she's got an electric kettle, guys. Do you know what she's got? The fucking kettle from the Victorian era that you put on the hob and it screams at you when it was hot. She had a Victorian kettle, guys, and she was like, I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered to boil my water in the kettle because it takes too long. I was like, what do you mean? It takes like a minute and you don't even have to like watch it or anything. And then I found out she was using a Victorian kettle. And so I put an electric kettle on her throne and bought her one because I was like, I actually can't. It's upsetting me. Like my northern ancestors are like rolling in their grave because you are microwaving your tea. And I need to put a stop to this now. Guys, she's calling me. Hello, Gal Pal Cal.
Okay, I need you to stop slandering my name. You guys, I don't drink tea, okay? I drink tea maybe once a week, not even, maybe once a month, okay? I drink more tea now because Meg was so nice and got me an electric kettle. But you guys, we don't drink tea. We drink coffee. We drink water, you know?
Yeah, but you can use a kettle for just boiling water.
I have a what do you put on the stove? A pot for that?
Yeah, Oh, I thought you were going to talk about your Victorian kettle again.
No. Like if I'm just going to boil, what else do you boil water for?
Pasta, gravy.
Okay, I can do that in a pot. Yeah,
but it's quicker. Noodles, soup, eggs,
okay,
ramen.
Well, I know that now, Meg. I know that now. You just keep running my name through the mud about this kettle situation.
Unfortunately, it came up in conversation. There was microwave tea mentioned in the chat.
It always just like somehow comes up in conversation.
I was triggered because I saw microwave your tea and I was like, no, I went through that with Cal already. It can't happen. It's heinous.
Anyway, you guys,
can you ask Cal if she microwave black coffee too? No, because Americans have these fancy ass coffee machines, but they don't have electric kettles.
I have an espresso maker, you guys. I don't need that.
Cal, you're sounding
I don't need right now. Any of that. I'm gonna go make myself a tea, you guys. I'll talk to you later.
Enjoy your tea that's gonna make you get made in 60 seconds because you have an electric kettle now. Guys, I would just like to say Cal is not actually mad with me. This is a joke before people think we have beef over a kettle and tea. But yeah, I find this crazy about America. Wait, people came in during this. Hi, Amal. Hey, Caitlin. Welcome in. And hi, Pink Elephant Ghost. Also American, and they don't even have kettles in stores near me. If I don't microwave, I can't have tea. Pink Elephant Ghost, Amazon, American Amazon have them. And I know that because that's where I bought Cal's from. Genuinely though, whenever I hear about microwave tea, I just think back to Cal now. It's become an association. Home goods, there you go. Mag, you have a kettle, right? You'll have a kettle. I believe in you that you have a kettle. Water in the kettle, don't worry. Mag has a kettle. Okay, perfect. I don't need to ship any more of my friends' kettles. Ellie Oasis has a kettle. I use my kettle every day, guys. at least once a day. I do actually need to do a descale of my kettle. Where is Ellie? Ellie does have a kettle, no? I'm sure Ellie said she didn't microwave her tea. I think Ellie has a kettle. I've seen an American make tea in a kettle, tea bag, milk and all. Okay, Cal, you're not actually the worst person. Because that person is the worst person. My kettle is on at least 5 times a day. I'm northern though. Guys, whenever I go home, like back to see my mum, I develop what is potentially a mild caffeine addiction. Because she drinks coffee like it's water. And if ever she's like, oh, I'm going to put the kettle on, do you want a coffee? I'll go, yeah, all right then. Next thing I know, I've had 7 coffees that day. I don't know how Mum and Michelle does it. And I come home and I'm like, my sleep is impacted because I don't feel like the benefit of sleep. She does have instant coffee, not like espresso bean coffee. So it is weaker, but it's still a big amount of coffee. Instant coffee is not like as like strong. No, Mama Michelle hates her tea. She's very much a coffee girly. Crystal, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. And James, thank you for the follow as well. Sorry, I didn't see that one. Bells, thank you for the prime for a whole freaking year. Celebrating a nice PG Tips tea. Slay. Guys, you want to know what's hilarious? We've gone on a 2-hour rant about issues of the world. And my title this whole time has been Cozy Mining and Crafting. Am I false advertising? Am I false advertising? Imagine you're scrolling through Twitch and you see Cozy Mining and Crafting, and then you come in here and you just get like a ranting northern girl getting more and more northern the more angry she gets. We are mining into the world of women's health and crafting a community that cares. Real. Water is ready, guys. See, if it was still your Victorian kettle, you'd have been here till like at least 10:30 p.m. We are in the just chatting category. Also, mods, I'm not saying like that any of you should have changed the title. It's just absolutely hilarious that like I have waffled for 2 hours. It's not even, no, do you know what? I take it back because I haven't waffled. I've spoken about things that are really important, and I'm glad we've had the conversation. I just think it's actually hilarious that if you were looking through your like recommended and you're like, oh, Cozy Minecraft, yeah, I'm in the mood for that, and you just hear me absolutely popping off at the world. You just hear me ranting about people shouting over Starbucks bear cups. You know what, though? Sometimes a world crash out is needed rather than a Minecraft crash out. True. I could have been angry about my Minecraft build today. Instead, I'm angry at the systemic disappointment of women's health issues and people that are mean to minimum wage workers who are just trying to do their job. And healthcare issues in America. Oh, Cocoa Pop, we have been on absolute fire today. We've been on smoke. We've covered a lot of things. I can't wait to watch this VOD back while I'm revising. Nice, cozy content for you. Yeah, my newest thing to rant about, guys, is people who microwave their tea. No, I'm joking. My Irish grandpa never owned a kettle, but he had the old teapots that scream and wouldn't take it off until it screamed for at least 2 minutes because then it was hot enough. Would drink it instantly. The kettles that scream are actually kind of scary, guys. I genuinely hate the way the world is going right now, and I could talk about it forever. Yeah. Yeah. I have a strawberry tea waiting for me downstairs. It's probably cold. Don't microwave it. It's cancelable offence in this stream. I fear I started all this off by saying I was off for Christmas, which started the working at Christmas convo. Amy, I really wouldn't worry because we had in fact, the last time we had a conversation about women's health and how it's diagnosed, we started talking about people's favorite kind of potato about 30 seconds later. My brain can't keep up with all the things it wants to say. So we cover a very wide range of topics in this channel. Some incredibly more serious than others. But there is truly nothing that we don't discuss here. I haven't done a tea tier list, Hobbit, but to be completely honest, I don't really drink that many teas. Like, I'm a English breakfast tea drinker primarily. I do quite regularly drink peppermint tea as well. Don't mind a lemon and ginger when I'm not very well. But I'm not like... I don't really switch up my teas that much. Got my Yorkshire tea, as you should. I'm a Yorkshire tea girly, but to be honest, guys, I don't think I've ever had a cup of tea and not liked it. Just stood up and gave Cal an applause. Lucy, who do you think got all the fucking tea bags? You think, guys, Gal Pal Cal and Ellie Oasis would not have walked into Tesco and instantly known that Yorkshire tea was the superior tea? How would they know? This is like deep British law. I'm obsessed with ginger hot lemonade. Oh, I've never thought about having ginger in a lemonade. That's an interesting concept. I hate tea, sorry. I forgive you. Okay, I forgive you. It's a little bit cancelable, but I'll forgive you. Meg got me my kettle and my tea. The only thing I got is the water. You better have milk in that. Okay. Don't let me catch you microwaving your tea water and having no milk in your English breakfast tea. Because that is a crime. Maga, apple cider's not really a thing here. Not like it is in America. Like hot apple cider, like apple cider is not really a flavour that we get here. Like you can buy like apple cider vinegar as like the little health things. I don't know if that's the same or if it's like a flavour you're talking about specifically. But we don't really have apple cider flavoured things, and we don't have snickerdoodle. What else don't we have? Reel off some of like your Starbucks like flavours, because we don't really... Yeah, apple crisp, not a thing. We do like pumpkin spice, but even that's like relatively new in the UK. I'm talking like last 5 years. Brown sugar, yes, we have that. Yeah, we don't have the pink drink that you guys have. I think we have a pink drink, but it's just like pink water. Toasted marshmallow, not really a thing. Cookie butter, not a thing. Cookie dough. Cookie dough as like a flavour for coffee, no. Cookie dough ice cream we have. There's like another... There's another flavour that I'm thinking of that we just don't have. Sugar cookie, not a thing here. Pecan stuff, not a thing. Lavender, not... I think lavender coffees you can maybe get at, like, more obscure coffee shops. Like, more indie chains might do something like lavender. I could see that here, but not in, like, a Starbucks or something. Pumpkin spice we have. Our flavours are, like, vanilla, caramel, white chocolate, pumpkin spice. Running low here. Hi, Rajan. Welcome in. Cinnamon dolce, note. Cinnamon in general is not as big here as it is for you guys. When they told me in Paris I couldn't get a flavour in my coffee, only honey, I almost lost it. Yeah, babes. Like, you'll get flavour in your coffee in the UK. Elsewhere in Europe, that they're not going to give you, like, a pumpkin spice latte. It's not happening. Elsewhere in Europe, coffee is taken very seriously. I feel so judged going into a cafe and ordering something not on the menu. I feel like it's something we don't do here compared to the US. No, it's not really a thing here. Like, with Starbucks drinks, I remember being fucking embarrassed when I liked the iced oat shaken espresso because I hated ordering it because it was like 6 words. And I was like, I feel like I'm being difficult, but it's literally the name of the drink and it's on the menu. But I used to give myself the ick asking for it because I'd be like, please, could I have like a medium iced oat shaken espresso, please? And I felt like I was making something up because normally I'd just be like, oh, could I have like an iced vanilla matcha? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's normally like a 2 or 3 word deal. And the fact that I had to say like 6 or 7 words, I was like, oh my God, I'm making their life hell. And I know I'm not because it's an item on the menu. But like, it was just so many words. It's just so many words and I feel like I'm being difficult. The iced brown sugar oat milk shake and espresso is really yummy. It's just too many words. Too many bloody words, chat. Guys, I'm a bit of a Subway hater, I'm not gonna lie. I will have a Subway maybe like once a year. One day, there'll be a day that I'll kind of fancy it and I'll have one. And it is never as good as I want it to be. Sam loves the Subway, yeah. I don't think I've ever had a Subway and it's lived up to the expectation of what I wanted it to be. In my head, I remember Subway being yummy. And then every time I have it, I'm like, that was really fucking mid. This is not Minecraft, this is a yap session. This is a girl who's getting out of breath because she's talked so much. If we had a word count on today's stream, I genuinely wonder how many words have left my mouth in 2 hours and 15 minutes. A lot. I'm telling you for free, it's a lot. Especially because when I get pissed off, I talk faster as well. At least 7 words. At least it's definitely more words than my Starbucks order. That's for damn sure. In first year, I get a footlong, then have 1/2 for lunch and 1 for dinner. I always do that if I go to Subway. I always get the big one and just save half. Oh, Rajan, we've talked about like a lot of world issues today. It started because we were talking about what time off people had over Christmas. And then I went on a rant about how people speak badly to people who work in hospitality and retail, especially at Christmas period, and how people lack basic empathy towards people and stop giving abuse to people who are working minimum wage and definitely not paid enough to listen to your shit. Then I went on a rant about the Starbucks Bear Cup palaver in America for the same reason. Then we started talking about how healthcare workers are treated, which then got us onto the topic of the American healthcare system and how fucked up that is. And then we got onto how bad women's health is diagnosed. We've gone through a lot today, and I'm really glad we have, because like I said, there's so many people that have like spoken in chat today and shared their experiences and their like things that they are suffering with and going through. And I think it has honestly been just like one big therapy session for everyone. So yeah, this was not the cozy Minecraft stream that you guys thought you were getting today. But I am glad that, you know, I can use my voice to talk about these things and to be open and honest about these things and, you know, provide a space that people can come and talk about things and get things off their chest. You see, there has been almost 2.5 hours of stream. That has all been, yeah. There has not even been an attempt to open a game today, guys. And to be honest, there isn't going to be. I'm so sorry. If you're here for Minecraft, it'll be back at the weekend. The castle's about to take another month to complete. But like, guys, I could have come on stream today and locked in and built my castle. But instead, you know, some people have got things off their chest that they've been bottling up. We've spoken about some really important topics. I feel very fulfilled having done this stream because I feel like I've used my voice for good. Like I said, I don't want any kind of praise or anything for doing that. This is just like a human decency. But I feel very fulfilled. I hope you guys feel better having shared things. And just know that there is always a place in this community to talk to someone, to have some company. We will always be here to yap, realistically. On the flip side of that, even if you don't want to talk about things that are going on and you just want to take your mind off it, you don't want to think about it for a little bit, I'm here to yap to you about literally everything. It has been said that I could talk to a brick wall, and I don't doubt it for a single second. We can yap about anything. You want to come into chat and have a conversation about the best kinds of crisps? Let's do it. Let's have the conversation. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is a place not only for people to let out what they're feeling, but also to just take their mind off things. Also, in a weird way, like, yes, we're all friends here, but sometimes talking to people in here and online is easier than talking to friends. 100%. I will always say, obviously, when you are talking privately to people online, please, please, please exercise caution. This is a very, very welcoming and a very, very kind community. And I don't think there is anyone with bad intentions here. But obviously, please still have, like, you know, internet safety in mind. Don't share any information that could be doxing or, like, you know, like, personal to the point that, like, you can't take back. Only share things that you feel comfortable to share. Don't, like, just be careful is what I'm saying when you're, like, talking to people off of a publicly like, this is a publicly moderated chat, okay? We have mods here that can make sure this is a safe space for everyone. If you are, like, making friendships in stream, which by all means, please feel free to do. I think it's amazing that, like, people create friendships through Twitch, but I am just saying, please be careful. When you are private messaging people you don't know, please don't share, like, you know, full names or addresses and very personal details, because that is dangerous. Share things. Please feel free to talk about your emotions, things that you're going through, how your day's been. But just please exercise caution at the same time. And never, Rajan makes a good point. Never feel like you have to share something that you don't feel comfortable to share. If you want to talk about things, absolutely talk about them. But just don't ever feel the pressure. Yes, health chat is over. So if it was triggering 21, sorry, I should have been more on it with kind of talking and like acknowledging triggers as we were going along. I fear the conversation moved very quickly and we started talking about a lot of things very quickly. So I'm sorry that I wasn't more on top of that as well. I do try to be. Or take American women in your house when they come see you in England. Yeah, I did take in 3 of them. No, I'm joking. Well, technically Anne's not American. But yeah, just exercise caution. No, his name's actually 21. But yeah. Guys, I feel really good, like, having done this stream. Also, I missed everyone's favorite crisps. Sorry. My brain's going to have to go back to that. Right. This is hilarious. This crisp thing, by the way, is hilarious because this is exactly how I ended up talking about potatoes last time. Salt Lay's chip girly, cheese and onion Lay's. I wish we had Lay's and not Walker's here because I know they're the same brand, but Lay's is better than Walker's and you can't convince me otherwise. Prawn cocktail. I don't know if I missed any more. Cheese and onion. Okay, let me think clearly about my top crisps. I do prefer a crunchy crisp over like a Walker's crisp. I love Cheetos, the crunchy ones, for that reason. I like a wheat crunchy, specifically the smoky bacon ones. I like the McCoy's Ridge crisps. Lucy, this is why I never eat crisps on stream, because I like the crunchy ones. And the thought of me like chomping down the mic at you guys, I know is not appealing. Hula hoops are another good one. Like I eat on stream, and I think it is good to eat on stream because one, especially if I'm doing a long stream, I don't want to promote not eating. I think it's important to eat and important to eat when you feel hungry. I also think like if I'm sat having dinner on stream, maybe someone else is sat having dinner with me and that could be beneficial. But I do try to not eat crunchy foods if I can help it. Or like when we did the 12-hour and I had the Chinese takeaway that you guys picked and there was prawn crackers. I'm not heathen, guys. I'm going to eat the prawn crackers on stream. But I just muted as I was speaking to like demonstrate. I muted as I was like crunching the prawn cracker. But everything else, guys, I'm going to have a nom on stream. Why the hell not? If I'm hungry, I'm going to make a snack. Popcorn covered in white cheddar cheese, but it's like powdered cheese like on Cheetos. I feel like this is not a thing in the UK. It can help some people who might struggle to eat to see someone else eat. Yeah. And I don't know if this makes sense, but I don't want food to ever be like a taboo topic or like eating to be a taboo topic on the stream. Like if I'm hungry, I'm going to eat. If we're doing a long stream, I'm not going to not eat and like promote not eating. It's important, like food is fuel. Like it's important to eat regularly. It's important to eat when you are hungry. So I'm not going to not show me eating on stream because it feels like, to me, it feels like it goes against that. Completely understand, by the way, if people don't feel comfortable eating on stream. That's not what I'm talking about here. But just for me, I think I find it beneficial to come on here and eat because people might find that beneficial too. I hope that makes sense. In my head, it makes sense. Don't know if it's coming out in that way, but I think it's important to show that when I'm doing a long stream that I'm eating also. When streamers put food in their mouth and start talking. Yeah, I'm never going to like, you know, shove noodles in my mouth and start going in your face, but it's important to eat, and it's important to eat when you are hungry. I always feel like I'm chewing too loudly at the cinema when I eat popcorn, but it's just me overthinking. I hate thinking about crunching because I start listening, like when I become aware of crunching, I start listening to myself doing it and I'm like, ugh. Also, low-key reminds me that I'm hungry when I see people eat because often I forget with ADHD, especially if I'm doing a task or watching something, 100%. That's why I added the hydrate command back into the stream as well, because I get so carried away with streaming, with yapping, gaming, whatever. I was going through like 5-6 hour streams and not drinking. And that's really bad for you. And that's not something I wanted to carry on doing. And so I use that as a reminder. Like you guys do the hydrate command and it's like, have a drink. But it's not just have a drink for me. Hopefully it's like a prompt for you guys as well to be like, have a drink. Everyone hydrate. If you were crying earlier, I saw some people say they got emotional with that conversation. It's important. True. Replace the tears. Replace the tears with water. You crying during Jingle Jam of people hydrating you. Guys, I could not have hydrated quick enough for the amount of tears that I shed on that Sunday. I could not have hydrated enough. Felt like watering a flower. Look, completely, I'm going again, guys. We're not going again. My brain's going at 100 miles an hour and I just have more things to say. I cry a lot on stream, off stream. I'm a crier. I'm a big crier. I will never apologize for that, actually. I would rather feel everything and let my emotions out than try and bottle that up. Like, I joke about the fact we have a cry command here, but I would so rather wear my heart on my sleeve and just let it all out. Yay for being a crier, guys. Yay for having empathy. Yay for being a crier. Yay for feeling things. Yay for letting your feelings out. Yay. I cried on Saturday in front of all my co-workers and it was low-key a flex. Sometimes a good cry is so therapeutic. If you've had a shitty day, have a little cry. There is nothing weak or nothing shameful about crying. And sometimes it is such a good release of all the things you're feeling. Sometimes I do wish that I was a little bit better at not crying. I have thought this for years. I've always kind of poked fun about the fact that I'm a bit of a crybaby. Like, we have a literal cry command in this stream. I remember when I first got a Twitch account and I cried on stream. Within my first 5 streams, I think I'd cried 20 times. The counter was crazy. And I used to be like, oh my God, this is actually really embarrassing because I just cry at everything. But you know what? Good. I'm glad that I feel things. I'm glad that I express my emotions. And I'm glad that I'm vulnerable. And allow myself to be vulnerable. Hi Ben, welcome in. How we doing? Hi Kiva. I hear we're talking about crying. I'm an expert at the subject. Welcome to a whole group of experts, Kiva. Led by a big expert. 48 times is how many times I've publicly cried on this stream. That the mods have managed to track. There probably have been more. And bear in mind, on days like Sunday, when we were doing the calm thing, I cried consecutively for about 2 hours. Why do people get so pissy when you cry loads? Of course she's crying again. Yeah, and what? Let your emotions out, girl. Let your emotions out. You cried off your makeup. It's not the first time. Probably won't be the last either. I'm not a good crier. I hate crying because I feel shitty after crying. It's not therapeutic for me. If it's not therapeutic for you, I completely understand. It's obviously not like a one action fits all kind of thing. Just for me, having like a good cry helps me to like re-regulate my emotions in a way. It's kind of like me letting everything go. But bear in mind, guys, I cry at everything. I was nearly crying on the tube home today because I saw it. I saved it while I was on offline mode. I wonder if I can... I wonder if it's saved. I actually don't want to get it up because if I watch it again, I will cry again. But it was of this dog, guys. It was of this dog that was getting old and slowing down and just like kind of they're worried that the dog is going to die because it might be his last year because he's just slowing down and slowing down. And they were like, maybe he just needs like, he needs something to keep him young. And so they got a puppy. And guys, the before and after videos of this dog, like the dog went from like plodding along, like not really like having a purpose, like looking so down. And then they got this puppy and he was like the older dog was like bouncing around and playing again. And oh, fucking hell, chat. It was too much. It was too much. Hi, Nato. Welcome in. Thank you for being vulnerable, of course. Of course. Matt Ferris and Zoe's children made me cry tonight because I was like, how adorable. I happy cry as well, though, guys. I think it's just my way of regulating. Saw a video of friends reuniting after they'd not seen each other for a long time, and I cried at that for a while. Yay to crying. My TikTok is people just making fun of Alfie Days saying, right, I'm all tucked up in bed. I love how different all of our For You pages are, because mine's still a lot of that Louise's Garden Kitchen. I also get a lot of Dish Up Dinner with Me's and dog videos. This dog story is basically my life right now, except I haven't gave in to that I need to buy a puppy feelings yet. But you could. I think a puppy is a great idea. B, I have just yapped for 2 hours, 36 minutes. Yeah, I have done that. We've covered 3 very serious, like, world issues. We've talked about our favourite crisps. We've talked about crying. What else have we covered, guys? Hi, Swiftshot. Thank you for the first time chat. And hi, Doc. I've nearly cried today, but we've not let one out yet. Not like it's not been a big whoosh. The waterworks haven't like whoosh. I've been close. My FYP right now is Mom and Wives. I've had to like not look any of them up because I don't want to get spoilers. I'm on season 2, episode 4 of Secret Lives of Mom and Wives. And they're messy guys. I don't know which ones of them. I think right now I like Michaela and Miranda. Sometimes Macy and Taylor as well. But honestly, guys, it changes every episode. It changes every episode. On Tuesday, I was saying how Jessie and Demi I liked because they were calling out Zach being a manipulator. And then everyone was like, no, Meg, you need to not make opinions yet. And I was like, okay. And then, like, literally the next episode, I was like, no, don't like him anymore. I'm only halfway through season 2, but I've just seen Michaela open up about her essay and, like, going to therapy and stuff. I think that was really, really brave to talk about. And she's got beef with Whitney right now. Other than that, she's like, I don't really think there's been anything with her yet. Jen and Jessie and Demi, though, that's getting messy as hell. That's terrifying. I turned the show off just before coming on stream, and the last thing that was said was like me and my husband not interested in swinging with you. I think with Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, it's really tricky to, like, in these dramas, to, like, understand who is in the right, because I think they're all wrong. I think they all lie and they all talk shit about each other. So unfortunately, I don't back any of them fully. Taylor is probably the most upfront and honest about all of them, out of all of them, because she doesn't even just say it to their face. She says it, like, to the world. She was involved in a fucking swinging scandal. She could have ran for the hills from that, and instead she just went on TikTok Live and was like, yeah, we were swinging. And all of us were. So it's not just me who's the villain. Like, the way she just... She keeps it fucking real. And to be fair, respect. Respect for that. They all handle issues in the most long, expansive way just to make the problem worse. It's all, like, going to be dramatized for TV, though, right? Like, it's when they do, like, the little flashback interviews where they're, like, completely contradicting what they said. It's a reality show on Disney Plus, Nick, yeah. The only thing that, like, is so hypocritical about this show is, like, they all individually talk about how, like, the whole point of Mum Talk is to, like, break the stigma around, like, what a typical Mormon woman is supposed to look like and break away from, like, empower women and break away from, like, gender norms. But then they tear each other down to no end. So, like, the whole empowering women side of things kind of gets lost because they're all tearing each other down. All of these women are tearing down all of the other women. And I'm like, you can't say that you're about women, female empowerment and then tear each other down like this. Good night, Drusha. Sleep well. And hi, Kaylee. My mum is obsessed with that show. I hate it. I just needed something, like, quite mindless to watch. Work was busy and I just needed, like, a reality show of sorts. And I'd heard loads of people talking about it. I was like, fuck it, let me watch an episode. I think I watched Selling Sunset, like, season 1. I've not kept up with it. It's selective empowerment because they pick sides, yeah. I don't think I've heard of Vanderpump Rules. Selling Sunset is so boring after the second season. I don't think I watched past season 1. And to be honest, guys, I only liked watching Selling Sunset is because I liked looking at the houses. I'm just nosy. I just wanted to look at the nice houses. If you think the Mormon Wives girls are evil, those Selling Sunset girls. It's such a tricky one because parts of it will just be scripted to like make more drama for the show. And that things are definitely played up to. I've never watched I've watched like the odd episode of Traitors, but I've never actually sat down and watched it, which is annoying because I think I'd really like it. The only thing I struggle with about like reality show, game shows or like dating shows or whatever is I hate the commitment of a nightly episode. I would much rather something that's released like as a whole season and I can just watch it. I don't do well with like the nightly release. I don't have time. Like, I don't particularly care to watch Love Island, but like, I can't watch Love Island because I don't have time at 9 o'clock every day to go watch Love Island. If I did that, guys, you wouldn't get streams. Because I would have to, I can only go live at 7:30, and then I'd have to be off by 9. I work in events, NATO. Oh, I could do it with old seasons of Traitors, yeah, Kiva. I know in 2 of their seasons who won, though. So I wouldn't watch those ones, because boring. Yeah, I stream and work, guys, so unfortunately a daily show is too much commitment for me. And if I fall behind, I'm not going to catch up. I can't be bothered. I just can't. The amount of times I've missed a few nights, then CBA to catch up. Yeah, it's not... I don't have the time. Simply. You still watch? Okay, interesting. I miss one episode of a daily show and end up never watching it again. Yeah. Not to mention how many episodes some shows have, like Love Island is just so long. Doesn't Love Island go on for like 6 weeks? Maybe more. I'm quite happy with like, for a reality show, like 8 to 10 episodes a season. This is why I watched The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, because season 1 is 8 episodes. I started this on like Sunday. I'm already on halfway through season 2. Because there's just like, the episodes are not that long and there's not many of them. That's me and Bake Off the last 3 years. I've watched and missed the last episode, and to this day, I don't know who won. I'd probably watch if it was like a final that I missed. Events make sense. I got that vibe. Hope streaming is and a lot of stress. I've been very like open and communicative about how difficult the last like month has been for me. So a lot of you will know I work as an events manager. I do normally have an assistant. The assistant that I had is a really, really good friend of mine. She got offered an amazing opportunity that she couldn't turn down, and I would not want her to turn down. But that unfortunately meant that from like the 20th of November, I was covering 2 roles during like our busiest time. And this last month, honestly, has been really rough, guys. I'm not going to like sugarcoat it and say that it's been easy, because it hasn't. I've been very open and vocal about how mentally it took a toll, physically it took a toll, and how overwhelmed I was. But that was only a very short period of time that was going to be like that. And I did cut back on streams and like make sure I was taking care of myself in that time as well. And now that work is calming down a lot, I can put a bit more energy back into the streams, and stream a little bit more. Obviously, Christmas is coming up, so schedule will be a little bit messy for like a week or so. But like come January, I really, really calm down, and obviously will be rehiring for a new assistant. So it will make balancing work and streaming a lot easier. And then you had the audacity to apologize for backing away from streams, because I don't want to, guys. This is the thing. I don't want to not stream. I enjoy streaming. I enjoy coming on here, talking about literally anything in the world. And yeah, it helps me take my mind off things. It's also like something fun in an evening for me to do. Like coming on and playing Minecraft in an evening, fun. Literally fun. It's just like a nice thing to do in an evening, and we've got such a lovely community that I hate not streaming. I want to be here. I don't see this as like a job or work. This is something fun that I do. I'll apply, Mag. Get your ass over here, man. I need you. I've watched for months, but I never chat. Would love to sub once I'm able to get back working. Please, please, please never worry about subscribing. I've also made this abundantly clear since I started streaming. There is no expectation or like requirement to subscribe here. Like none of our content is paywalled in any way, shape or form. There is like ads that run. They are just something that you can do that is free to like help support the channel if you'd like to. Those I have to run ads. That's part of like Twitch. But like I don't paywall my VODs or anything like that. Nick! Thank you for gifting us up to NATO, you cutie! I was just saying that our content is not like paywalled in any way, shape or form, in the sense that like you have to subscribe to view it, or like you could never subscribe to me in your life and you are supporting me just as much by being here. So please, please, please never worry about subscribing if you don't want to or are not able to. I have made it very clear as well that this is like, you know, I do have a full-time job. This isn't like a financial reliance for me. This is something I do because I enjoy it and because I love it. So while people that subscribe and people that gift and things to the channel do help me out massively, and like I can, you know, get extra things, like I bought the extra stream light thanks to Pumba's donation recently, so that we can do more like cooking and baking streams and stuff. Like I put money back into the streams, but there's no requirement or like expectation for you guys to pay money to be here. Just want to make that abundantly clear. Meg loves us, guys. It's basically Superwoman. I have low-key felt a bit Superwoman with my time over the last month. Like, it'd get to the end of the week, and I'd be like, holy shit, I really did that? I really managed to balance all of that and slay. Was it hard? Yes. Did I do it? Yes, I did slay. A donate within your means. Yes. I've always said, please don't gift, donate, sub beyond what you are able to do. I never want you guys to be short of anything because you're trying to give money to me. That fucking minion emote! Guys, I'll never escape it, I fear, ever in my life. God, you really do get, like, a range of content here, don't you? Within the space of the past few weeks, we've covered really important topics and also done the gnarly dance in an inflatable minion outfit. Yeah, Mag, that is me. It was a Jingle Jam forfeit. Because as we've learned over the last few years, I will sell out in many ways for charity. Abby, to be honest, I don't think the gnarly one was the best one, because the problem with the minion outfit is it inflates like where my knees are, so I can't bend my knees. And also because of like how big the outfit is, like here, I can't like wrap my arms, like I can't move my arms in front. That's like the most I can move my arms in the costume. So I can move out this way, but I can't move out that way. Like I couldn't cross my arms in the costume. It's not possible. Do the dance now. No, guys, I've sold out for the year. That's it. There's no selling out now for the rest of this year. I've done my selling out. I sold out for Jingle Jam. I currently don't have a job and I don't think I'll ever be able to have one, but I'll always try my best to support if I'm ever able to. Amy, as I've said, there is absolutely no expectation or requirement for anyone to subscribe to the channel. You guys being here, hanging out in the streams, for streamers, guys, just keeping your favorite streamer tabbed. If, say, you're working at home, having your streamer tabbed on a browser is helping out that streamer. You typing in chat and having a conversation in chat is helping the streamer and supporting the streamer. You guys having fucking 30 stream watch streaks is supporting the streamer. You don't have to pay money to support me. Hi Bex, welcome in. How we doing? Me when I used to have my sister open the tab for me on my PC when I was at work. Like genuinely, part of the reason that we got Partner was because we had such a strong, loving community and so many people went out of their way to help me and to keep my stream tabbed. Even if they were like busy doing other things, they would open up my stream and keep it tabbed. Look at all the watch time. I'm past the 1 day mark. There's so much yapping to come, guys. Don't even worry. Hi, Liv. Welcome back. I do fear I need to end soon. Guys, we've yapped for nearly 3 hours straight. I want to do more yapping streams, guys. I feel really good having come on and done this today. It wasn't in our plan to do this. We've just kind of, just kind of happened. But despite not planning to do this, I think it was needed. I think it was really important, and I think it's been nice that the community has been able to share. That's all good, Amy. Having someone in my chat talking to me, I love it. Honestly, guys, if I'm having a bad day, coming on stream and just having a good old yap with you lot about anything in the world is so much fun, and it's like, it cheers you up. You guys coming in and chatting in chat, not even just here, I guarantee anywhere else makes a streamer's day. I have fun on stream regardless, right? It's pretty clear that I could sit and talk to this wall. If no one was talking in chat, I could sit and talk to the wall. You probably have seen me quite often talk to myself on this channel when chat has been quiet. But streaming is so, so much fun when we're having a good old yap in chat. And it doesn't have to be about anything in particular. It really could be as stupid as what's your favorite crisp? It makes things so much more fun. So thank you for people that chat in chat. Again, we talk about this often. Never feel pressured to talk in chat. This is a very lurker-friendly stream. We always have been. We always will be. I'm quite aware that not everyone will want to talk, and that is so okay. But just know, those of you that do talk, you are seen, and we do appreciate it. I've been in so many just yap sessions or just little chill chats with streams at the minute, and it's so spiritually fulfilling or soul nourishing. It feels great. 100%. I hate my work schedule because it means I have to be getting ready for bed when most people are streaming. And I feel like I've missed out on so much over the years since I was super active on Twitch. But every time I come here, I feel so welcome. And I just love the way you guys all build community with each other. And Meg, I freaking love you and your streams. And I always have a good time when I'm lucky enough to be here. Operation Get Mag back to the UK. That's what I say to that. Get her back, guys. I remember, so context, guys, Mag and Sam have been friends for a really long time. Like, before I've known Sam, Sam and Mag have been friends. And me and Sam, I don't know how long me and Sam have been dating when Mag came over. We were still in Milton Keynes, so it would have been within the first year. And I remember Sam saying, like, oh, like, I've got a couple, I've got one of my friends from America coming over with one of her friends. So we're going to go for, like, some drinks into, like, the theatre and stuff if you'd like to come. And I was like, yeah, I'd love to. Guys, I think I stole Mag that day. Mag and her friend, which I don't want to say her name because I don't know if her name is like public and online and stuff. Like, we just vibed so fucking well. Like, the girls were girling. The girls were absolutely girling. I always assumed Mag was your friend. No, I stole her, unfortunately. Sorry, Sam. Sorry about that. But, like, we went out that day and we just had the best fucking time. And it was genuinely like we'd known each other for, like, years. I blame Meg for making me a yapper. Guys, I'm good at that. I'm good at turning normal, non-yappy people into yappers. Sam said that you were coming and it was the best news. I really just stole his friend. Mag and Sam are obviously still friends, just for context. There is not, like, drama here. I just stole her away. It is just so nice, though. Like, just girls girling. Right, guys. As much as I want to yap for, like, the whole night, I fear I do have to go to bed. I have a really busy day tomorrow. Well, not busy day, but, like, I've got work and then I have plans after work. And so I need to get some sleep and I need to pack my bag and stuff tonight and I need to unload the dishwasher. So I fear I am going to stop yapping. We'll find somewhere to send you guys on to so that you can carry on your yaps if you are staying up. But thank you so much for today's stream, guys. It's nice to be able to come on here and be vulnerable and talk about things that are important. And I'm glad we've done this today, and I hope someone finds it beneficial. I'm just looking at who's online. Let's go over to Elbat. We've not raided Elbat in a long time. Elbat's a yapper as well. Guys, you'll love it here. From one yapper to another. But yeah, I hope you guys have found today's stream beneficial as well. And I hope it's been like a nice release for people to be able to talk about things that we don't normally talk about every day. I know that I feel really good having come on here and spoke about these things today. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for having these conversations with me. And thank you for being literally the best community in the world. So, yeah. Oh, I feel so like, you know, like that. I don't know what word like encapsulates, but that's how it kind of feels after today's stream. So yeah, thank you so much, everyone. There will be a stream on Saturday. I do anticipate, guys, I might be a little bit hungover on Saturday, so don't expect to see me anytime in the morning or early afternoon. It will most definitely be late afternoon, possibly even evening. But there will be a stream on Saturday and there will be a stream on Sunday as well. But yeah, go show some love to Elvat, guys. She is an absolute queen. I think she's doing like some sort of Christmas series and it says reading stories. So go show her some love and I'll see you guys at the weekend. Have a lovely rest of your evening. Goodbye.